Gente, ¿qué tal? Es yo, So, gente, I don't even know what the heck the word for burn is in Spanish, but people burn food upstairs. So, we're down here in the dungeon before we begin the live. And, how the heck do I get Blanime in here? There we are. Cool. Alright, sweet. So, she has now been invited into the live. And we will see how this goes, because I haven't done one of these in a grip. I'm out of practice, completely out of practice. So we'll see. We'll see how the heck this goes. Ocean Destroyer of Worlds. Sup? Do you know who Blanime is? Blanime, the artist, who's out here doing a whole bunch of craziness, signing contracts with companies that I can't talk about. Oh snap! You're here. What's up? Welcome. Hit the button, and then you shall be here. Unfortunately, my other iPad is not charged, so I can't draw on this live. But yeah, it begins. Sweet. I'm nervous. What's good?
What's up, fam?
All good things. How about you?
I am doing all right, working on commissions. Yo, I just realized, like, I saw you at Went Live, and I'm like, it's 1 o'clock over here. But I'm like, wait, you dumb fuck. It's probably 2 over there. So just hop on this shit.
Yo, I can come back in an hour. If it's for a time thing, I can come back.
Oh, I don't give a fuck.
All right, cool.
Oh, I'm good. I'm good.
Of the last, well, I guess you've been out here for like 5-7 months now. So of the past 2 months, what has been your favorite commission to have done?
My favorite commission would have to be, let me go on my shit real quick.
Plus?
Let me
Good
see.
God. Look at you being famous.
Look here. I'm trying. Don't make fun of me. Where is it at? I had this commission that I fell in love. This one right here. So far, this is my favorite commission. It's for Ancient Tier Mama. Ancient Earth Mama. She's fucking gorgeous. And she was like, I want you to draw me in like a garden type of house with plants and a cat with tarot cards and ramen and all that. And I'm like, yo, this is dope. I'm with it. I'm gonna do it. So yeah, this is my favorite commission.
That's so tight. At what level did you like start getting
right
good?
Now?
Or when do you feel you like started getting good?
I think I really started like getting like good. Maybe I'm on low battery. Well, my tablet is. I think I started getting good like the middle of last year. I really started like actually trying to like better my skills and like with anatomy, stuff like that. I think that's what really like pushed my art to where it is now. You know that you feel what I mean?
Yeah. How'd you get your anatomy game up? What did you do? Did you like, how did you get your anatomy game up?
It was a mixture of like looking at, well, drawn from life, simply put, but like different dynamic poses, like people of different shapes and sizes, like using bubbles. Hold on, let me try to, like, instead of using ovals, I use bubbles and shit to like really get the body to look how I want it. Like I'm really bad at explaining. So like say I want to draw like a dude, I'll make the head and then the line and then I'll draw like the chest and stuff, but I don't use ovals. I use like these weird half ovals, and then I'll use like these like really sharp shapes to really get it to where I want it. And then for the arms and stuff, I use like these weird triangle shapes. And then I like build off of that.
Who showed you that?
It's hard to explain, but in my head it makes sense. Honestly, there's like these artists on YouTube that I watch a lot, like Ethan Becker, I think his name is. He's really, really good. White Manga is really good at like, showing you shit. I'm bad at talking. I'm sorry.
You good.
There's just a bunch of different artists.
Ethan Becker is king.
Yeah.
His video on how to reference literally changed my entire, like, the way that I draw and the way that I practice.
He is the GOAT, for real. He helped me a lot with shit. Like, you watch his videos, that's like, I'd rather watch his shit than go to school for drawing, to be honest.
I was legit in school. Like, I was in art school and I was watching his videos and I was like, huh, well, I've learned more in this 5-minute video than I have in 5 months of being here. Let me quite possibly leave.
Do you feel me, though? Like, why am I here? Like, I could literally be at home doing this.
This is a fact, and that's what life is right now. Like, legit, I've structured life where I'm going to move out as soon as I can drive, because I ain't going to be out here catching the public transportation at this moment. But yeah, as soon as I can drive, I'm going to be out of here, and home studio is going to be lit.
Man, yes. Look here. I moved out when I was 18 years old. And I didn't want to move out, just like you. I didn't want to move out until I knew how to drive. So I feel that, like, personally. And having your own house, honestly, especially like art and stuff, having a lot of space to really like explore your artistic journey and stuff. Like, I've been through a lot of shit before I decided to start Blanime. You know, I was running an Etsy store. I was making masks. I was doing regular illustration, cartoon work. Like, I know I've shown some of my old work. So having the space, your own space, you know, to really just explore yourself artistically could be the best decision you could ever make for yourself.
Dang, what caused that transition from the old style to this style now?
For a long time, I was really interested in drawing like Black anime characters and stuff because I wanted to draw characters that look like me. But not gonna lie, I was never good at drawing anime. Like, I was never good at it. So, and it really intimidated me because my characters before would be so stylistic and like cartoon, like some like Cartoon Network type shit, that when I seen how anime looked, so like it looked like people, but like it's hard to explain. Like, anime looked so anatomically correct, but at the same time so attractive and stylized. It was just a whole lot for me to try to catch on to. And then on top of that, barely seeing Black characters was another thing, you know? So it's like, once I finally sat down and really tried to curate drawing Black characters, Black anime characters, and making them actually look attractive instead of looking like them racist ass fucking renditions we get on most animes. It took a lot of time, but eventually I got a hold of it, and then I really just started wanting to draw just Blanime characters, you know? So that was really what inspired the transition, was learning the anatomy, learning how to make these characters actually look like Black folks, so that way I don't make them look like white folks with just dark skin, you know what I mean?
Facts. And at what point did the Black anime community, especially on Instagram, like, become apparent to you?
This girl, I think her name is Raw Sushi or something on Instagram. I found her YouTube and I was like, whoa, I want to find her on Instagram. And then once I found her, I got recommended to like a bunch of other Black artists. And I'm like, oh shit, we got a whole ass community of like Black anime artists on Instagram. This is fucking dope, nigga. Holy shit. And so like I had a conniption for about an hour. And then I just started following everybody. Like, I was like a kid in a fucking candy store. It was crazy.
That's amazing, yo.
Man.
Can you remember?
I'm closing this window because this damn dog.
Oh, no, that's all. Is it your dog or somebody else's dog?
It's my neighbor's Pupperino. He's normally really sweet, so they're probably doing something over there that's pissing him off.
Oh, dang. Poor doggy.
Yeah.
Can you remember which artist or what style or what about the artist that you saw like caught you when you looked at it?
Raw Sushi, she draws girls so fucking cute. Like, she draws girls really cute. So of course I was automatically enamored by like the female aspect of Black anime. But what got me with like the, you know, the boyish type of like attractiveness was the Soul King and King Lucas, I think his name was.
Kid Lucas?
Like, just seeing like Black anime, yeah, they draw like Black anime dudes, but actually make them look attractive. I don't know. I like that, you know? So it's kind of their styles that really set in for me. Like, I want to draw this shit. I want to make thirst traps just like them.
It's fun. Did you making characters look as cool as possible is the most fun part of making art.
Hell yeah. Like, and like making black characters that like people actually want to cosplay. I seen somebody cosplay one of my characters and I damn near had a stroke. Okay, like that shit meant a lot to me. Hell yeah. Like making black characters that, you know, look like us, but make them look just as cool as the non-black characters. It's like, that's dope.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I guess I'm spoiled because when I was freaking 14, I found Yaku-san because I thought that he drew Sasuke, but it turned out to be one of his OCs. And then from Yaku-san, it was Jay Tunin and Laura Sketching and all them people. And so, like, as I've been growing as a person and as an artist, I've always had this black anime community to look at. So I never thought that it was weird to see black people as anime characters. And even then, me watching anime, you got the black dude that Sword Art Online, grew up freaking watching the Boondocks. But again, well, that's the question. Do you think that the legacy of black anime art will be forever linked to Boondocks?
You know, as time goes on, I don't think it'll forever be linked to just Boondocks, you know, but I think that will be one of the most like iconic things that people think of when they think of black anime. But there's going to be tons of other things that people are going to think about as time goes on. You know, buddy with the purple dreads on Netflix, I don't know what that's called, but like the one with the giant Toblerone.
Yeah, the Jaden Smith one. Did you watch it?
I only seen snippets of it. I never actually sat down and watched it, but I plan to at some point.
I hope
that shit looked pretty dope, not gonna lie.
I hope you enjoy it. I'm not going to put myself through that, but I wish you the best.
Oh shit, what? Why? What?
I just don't want to. I don't want to sit there. Like, I'm a busy person. I can't waste time with the things that I'm watching. Like, I can't try it. Like, when I was little, I used to go and watch Cartoon Online, and then I just pick a random show based on the title, and then be like, this looks cool. Let's watch this, and watch it from start to finish in one day. I can't do that anymore. I got stuff to do.
I second that notion. I second that. I try to find time to watch shit, but we are busy ass people. Like
that. But it's going to work out.
I feel that. There's so many people. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, being young, the time we're taking now to do all these projects are going to pay off because we'll be like 30 and chilling in the island somewhere.
I was just talking to my partner about that. I'm like, yo, I'm doing all this right now because I can't wait till I'm 30. Like, I'll be 30, no kids. Like, I'll have my art career together. I'm going to be fucking chilling, okay? Like, I cannot wait.
Yeah. How do you stay from being burnt out? Because you do a lot of stuff.
The way I do it is there'll be like days where I just like constantly post, like I'll post like a couple times a day. And then after that, I don't know if people notice, but I like completely disappear for a couple days, or at least I'll post like on my story, like an update on what's going on with me, but I won't post any art because I take those couple days to recharge. You know, I have this zone that I get in where once I got like, my mind gives me images and I'm like, I want to make that and I want to post that on my shit. But then once my brain is like, okay, bitch, like you need to calm down, I will literally just stop completely. I won't go near my desk for days and just chill out, you know? And then once I get my inspiration back, I just get right back into it. So it's really just knowing when to listen to my body. You know what I mean?
You so healthy.
I'll go crazy if I don't. Like, legit.
How did you learn how to do that though? Like, how not to like destroy yourself by actually taking breaks?
It was a hard lesson to learn. I accepted like 30 commissions and all of them had time limits, okay? And I remember sitting at my desk, literally staring at the messages like pour in, like, okay, I want this and this and this and this and that. Now, I had just posted like 3 pieces that day, completely rendered and everything. And I knew I was tired, but I'm like, no, bitch, you can do these damn commissions. And the more they piled up, the more I stared at my tablet like, you know what? I'm a peace out. Like, and it's bad. It's so bad. But none of the people had paid me, so I didn't feel as bad because it's not like they paid me already and we're waiting for their shit. You know, it was just kind of like I'm a check back with y'all in a minute. Like that split second of overwhelmed like feeling came over me, and I was like, nah, I'm not finna do this to myself. I'm good. And that's when I realized, nah, you need to listen to your body. Seriously, because there's nothing worse than having work piling up because your mind when it wasn't tired made those decisions for you, and now your mind when it's tired has to carry out those decisions. I'm good.
How do you space out, well, one, how do you space out when you work since you're the one that decides when you work?
On Saturdays, I'll like work on commissions in the morning, but then Sundays I don't do commissions at all. And throughout the week, I have this window of time in the morning where I work on commissions. If I'm bored that day, then I'll do them like throughout the day if I have anything to do. But normally I will just say, okay, from 6 in the morning, because normally I wake up really early unless I'm super tired. So from 6 in the morning to like 1 in the afternoon, I'll work on straight commissions. And then after that, if I want to do some personal work to post, then yeah. But if I don't want to, then I won't. That's how I pretty much figure it out. Like during the week, it's strictly in the morning. I'll do commissions. But then over the weekend, it's like on Saturday, if there's one that I really just want to get done, I'll get it done. But normally on Saturdays and Sundays, I don't do commissions at all.
Good. And do you still go back to like traditional stuff or still like experiment with art stuff with your personal stuff, or do you straight stick to digital?
Oh, hell yeah. Over here, I have my canvases and stuff and like my Cricut machine stuff, like my vinyls and shit. Hold on, let me give you a little.
Oh, snap. Did you just say Cricut and
over
vinyl?
Here.
Oh, that's a lot of vinyl. And
I have my vinyls.
Stuff? Oh, snap.
Hell yeah, dude. I do this shit. I got my car sticker stuff. I have a car sticker that I just put on my Honda. Yeah, I got all this stuff that I do, my canvases. I just got some new paints and stuff. And then I went and spoiled myself at Michael's the other day. And I got a new journal with the dots in it. So that way I can like start designing like different like clothes and stuff. And then I got this black notebook for my gel pens. So I'm going to start playing around with that shit. So yeah, dude, I definitely play around with stuff. Digital is the only thing that I post on my page as of right now, but I'm glad you brought that up because in the near future, I'm gonna be showing you guys, I'm gonna be like posting a lot of like stuff, like little side projects that I've been working on.
Dang. Wow.
Oh, my Cricut machine is down here with my printer and stuff. I want to get a new one though. I want to get like maybe a purple one or a red one, but that's the little Cricut.
Snap, you do a lot.
Man, look.
Every time that I think I get the slack off, I find somebody that goes as hard or harder. Good on you. Good on you, yo. That's freaking wild.
I'm a busybody, but I have to, like I said, I have to remember that I need to chill. I'm naturally just a person that does a lot, but I also have to think of my health and shit. But it's also because I'm super introverted. I don't hang out outside of my house a lot. I have very few friends, so it's like I kind of spend a lot of time by myself.
Facts.
So I just keep busy that way. You feel me?
Yeah, and that's what makes it hard when people like tell me to do things that aren't extroverted or introverted, is because like all the stuff that I do is productive and productivity is good.
Mm-hmm.
But even
it's doing, like,
Yeah.
I feel you.
Yeah.
People wouldn't understand from an introverted point of view, It's like when you're introverted, you naturally just spend time alone. It's not that you're depressed or anything. That's just how you are. You have stuff that occupies yourself. We don't mind being social when we want to, but for the most part, we enjoy our own company, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Facts. What's the last thing that you like did? It doesn't even have to be art related, but what's the last thing you did where you felt like significantly fulfilled from it.
Like, hold on, wait, could you repeat that?
Yeah, what's the last thing you did where you felt like a significant amount of fulfillment? Like for me, I worked like super hard for the past like 3 months and stuff because we've been locked in the house, so I can't travel, and so I like saved up a whole lot and then had some luck with stocks and stuff. So I was like, you know what? Let's go to the beach. So me and my family, we go to the beach. We go to Delaware, and we stop at this. My sister goes to go into this Dollar Tree, and to the right of the Dollar Tree, there's a pawn shop, and I'm like, let me go in the pawn shop. So I go in the pawn shop. There's a motorcycle, there's a guitar, and there's this giant speaker. And I look at the guitar, and it has a whammy bar, and it's shiny. And I say, I want that guitar. I've wanted to learn how to play guitar for a while now. I'm going to buy that guitar. So I bought the guitar. And now for the past 4 days, I was just spend like 3 hours straight just going, because I'm learning like blues scales and like a lot of fancy nerdy guitar stuff, but I'm learning how to play the guitar, and like anytime that I like play it for 15 seconds straight and don't mess up, it's the most amazing feeling in the world.
Oh shit, I actually play a little guitar.
Oh,
I have an
snap.
acoustic in my closet. Back when I was in high school, I used to play guitar a lot, and I used to sing, but nowadays is like mainly drawing is like my thing. But as far as doing something that like fulfilled me, pause. Yesterday I went to go and spend the night at a friend of mine's house, and like we had woke up early in the morning and like went on like a little adventure and shit. And I went to Five Below, and this is the dumbest thing. I found one of these things, and it's so cool to me. Like, I don't know why it made me feel fulfilled, but now that like I can like draw like and record myself up above drawing and shit, you know, I don't know, that like made me happy. I know I'm like super boring, but still, that was one small thing that made me feel like really fulfilled. Another thing is, what's something else? I actually picked up my longboard after like a couple months and like went out and skated for a little bit too.
Oh, snap.
What? Yeah.
The longboard is a beautiful, especially like, I don't know what the technical words, but where you like coast, like where you switch your hips and you like can carve and bounce and stuff. That's one of the best feelings ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Longboarding.
Most def. I'll end up breaking my ass if I tried to do something like that, but I like it to like go to the corner store and stuff like that instead of having to like get in my car, like, because it's right up the street. I just take my longboard. I feel 16 again. And that I don't know, it makes me feel good. Like I feel like I'm still like a teenager at heart.
It's great. And I guess when you don't engage in stupidness, and you've already experienced a lot, age is less of a factor in terms of your experiences. A lot of people do stupidness when they're young, and then they say, dang, I've already done this stupidness, so if I do the stupidness now, that's something I should have grown out of. But if you like do slightly less stupidness, then you still have the creativity and the positivity that comes with being young, especially if you're a creative person. But you also have the experience of life to inform your decisions.
Hell yeah. That's fucking facts, bro. Not gonna lie, like as a teenager, I didn't really do a lot of crazy shit. Like I didn't engage in stuff really. So now as an adult, I can actually enjoy, you know, doing stuff as an adult that you probably shouldn't do as a kid. But I feel what you mean. It's like, you know, you can still enjoy shit because you didn't really engage in it before.
Yeah, I can't wait to do that.
Well, I'm not that much older than you. I'm only 23, and you're like, how old are you? 19, right?
Yeah. But I can't.
So, yeah, you ain't that much younger than me.
I'm not, but you can go to all the parts. Well, that's a question for you. Have you been to a con yet?
I've been to C2E2. I've been to, I think I've been to ASIN once. I don't go to mini cons, but I do go to C2E2 every year.
Oh, snap. You're in Chicago?
Yeah, I'm in Chicago. Well, I'm actually in Joliet, which is like in the ass track of Chicago. Ass crack, not track. It's like on the outskirts, so yeah, I'm like pretty close to it.
Dang, that's what's up. What is it like? Because I know Chicago is like Philly. Chicago is one of those art cities that's like, it's not. It has amazing art, but it's not a city that's known for its artistry as much as it used to 40, 50, 60 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
What was your engagement with art like growing up in Chicago or growing up in Illinois?
To be honest, where like Joliet is really small and you don't really see a lot of art in Joliet. Like Joliet is one of those cities where it's like kind of boring, not gonna lie. It's not very eccentric like Chicago is, you know? So being an artist was like a thing. Like people were artists in Joliet, but they weren't as expressive with it as in like Chicago, where like you can walk down the street and see some beautiful ass, you know, graffiti art, like, you know, creativity just like oozes from the seams in Chicago when I go visit there. And like they actually have like areas where it's just like sculptures and stuff, and you don't have that in Joliet. So it's kind of like I don't know, you kind of felt like a commodity if you knew how to draw in Joliet because it's so small here. So, like, the people that did know how to draw, it was like, awesome, you know how to draw, but it was never really celebrated much,
Hmm.
I suppose.
Huh. Interesting. So you didn't.
Well, when
It
you go
didn't.
to Chicago, it's like,
Mhm.
oh no, it's like when you go to Chicago, like the first time I went to Chicago, it was crazy because I saw like all this, like, you know, graffiti art and sculptures and stuff. And I'm like, this is crazy. Like, you see artwork everywhere here, but in Joliet, you really don't, you know?
Yeah. Do you feel like it should have been more present?
Hell yeah. Most definitely.
How would you integrate it, or how would you have liked to see it integrated?
Like, you know, Joliet has a lot of vacant buildings and like buildings that nobody really touches or does anything with. So it's like, you know, seeing that turned into something like, you know, putting like art on those, or maybe like having more statues and stuff around, you know, like having more up to date murals. Like Joliet has murals, but they're not really creative, you know. Seeing more creativity around like downtown Joliet would have been pretty cool, you
Hmm.
know, like having artwork and like paintings and shit and like I don't know. It's hard to explain, but you know what I mean. Like more colorful. Joliet is a very bland place. It is.
Yeah, a lot of small towns are, well, actually, no, I've never seen a small town where, like, because usually small towns end up starting small and then they get bigger. And then when they get bigger, that's when the art carries them. And they're usually carried by the art. So, like, if you look at New Orleans, the whole uh, cultural mishmash that exists there that occurred, like, in the early 1900s is the reason why it's the place that it is now. Same for California. Same for even Atlanta, right? Like, I was born in Atlanta. And I went to this summer camp where we were under this dude that was like an illustrator for Daredevil. And so he had connections all over the city. So one, we made like this giant Lego Batman mural. And then he took us to SCAD, which is like the College for Art and Design and stuff. And we got to see the Cartoon Network offices. And we got to see these like giant, like legit, yeah, giant graffiti murals and sculptures and all that stuff. So I had that as a child, and that helped inform a lot of the stuff that I'm, or even told me that it was possible to like make art and be successful off art as an adult, but not everybody has that privilege or that luxury.
Man, that sounds dope as hell. Nah, we don't got none of that here.
Might be one of
We
the people
don't.
that makes it
That
happen.
sounds fucking dope. You know, that'd be cool. I would be afraid to get arrested though. I would totally like want to like go out there and like make some art on like some of these blank ass buildings we have and stuff, but yeah, they're too strict here. Like you can't do shit here, not gonna lie.
Have you tried?
I'm not gonna sit here telling myself, but There was one time I did, like, there was this building over in downtown Joliet. I think it's G's Sweet Shop, but I think they closed down recently. But before G's had moved there, I like brought some spray paint and shit, and me and like a couple of my heathen friends. And like I wanted to draw, I didn't even want to draw nothing bad. I was just gonna draw like a little fucking devil face, but like the devil was gonna like be like a piece of candy with like horns coming out. It was gonna be dope. And before I could even get started, the police came. And since we were young, they didn't really, take it too serious. They were just like, stop that shit or we're gonna bring your ass in. So I stopped it. And ever since then I didn't try again.
Dang. Well, this is the thing. And of course, you probably know this by now. Emails are the gateway to literally anything. So you could probably, especially now, having freaking clout, you can probably email somebody. Even during COVID, you can probably email somebody that's like in the whatever the political words are for art and stuff, and then you can probably get them to pay you to make art and have little kids help you and stuff. It could be a whole thing.
That sounds fucking dope. That's not a bad idea.
Highly doable. I think it's
That'd
highly
be dope
doable.
as hell.
Yeah, and if you ever want any help, because again, and I didn't know that Philly was an art town for a really long time until like I started doing more stuff in high school. But Philly has more murals than anywhere in the world. And so there's a place called the Philadelphia Mural Arts Program, which is basically like the organization that runs all of these murals that get made. And I'm linked with them. So like if you want me to like ask them if they can help you set up something where you at, I got you. Because we need more art and we need more people participating in art, and to know that art is like a thing that can help you subsist. Because legit, I've made more money and friends through art than in anything else.
You know what I'm fucking saying? Like I make more money now with just commissions alone than any job I have ever worked. Like legit. Like seriously. Like people, and you know what's crazy? I saw this one thing, I want to say it was yesterday or the day before, that was like, artist is not an essential job. And it's like, do you realize how much shit artists are like involved? Like everything you see was designed by an artist. Like, so for y'all to like seriously think that art is not a real job or like a serious job, where have you been? The list that the design on the list that they had took an artist to design. So it's like, what are you talking about, bro? Like seriously.
People are stupid. It's an unfortunate reality of life that people are freaking, especially when they're speaking on something that sounds right in theory, but in practice is freaking it. There would not be, I think there's thousands. I've only seen hundreds and probably 800 that are like amazing, but there's freaking thousands of Black anime artists, which is such a tiny niche in the realm of art, that are completely subsisting off of their art. And yet, for some reason, these idiots still think that people is out here surviving on coffee, living in tents in the middle of California because they can't get paid as artists.
Oh shit! Yes, dude. They think the starving artist is like a common thing. When no, a lot of us are doing just fine. I can't tell you how many people drive up to my fucking inbox and they're like, they'll commission me, but then they'll act like I need them. Like they act like, oh yeah, I'm gonna pay you for this, but I'm gonna treat you like shit and talk to you like shit because you just an artist. It's not like you got a real job. That's what I feel like when they talk to me, bro. So it's like, I'm like, yo, fuck you. Like, I don't need you. I don't need your money, bro. Like, you're not about to sit here and talk to me like I'm less than. Especially when you need my services. Like, people really have that idea that artists are just out here thirsty as hell for, like, but no, we good. Like, we are good, bruh.
Yeah.
Man, I'm sorry. I just went on a rant, but that pisses me off. It's like, artists are fine. Like, you need artists a lot more than you think you do.
Nah, you're right. And rants are good because people, and again, because we don't have these rants, like literally every artist that's successful is mad, calm, and humble. Because except for the people that like disrupted things, you had to be mad, calm, and humble and
Mm.
not ruffle feathers, because otherwise you'd scare away companies that would give you these big jobs. But now these companies need content, because content basically drives an attention, and attention is the new form of currency. So in order to develop some, or to get somebody's attention, you need to captivate them. The easiest way to captivate them is with moving content, be it audio or be it visuals, which again is, I think, why art is taking off so much. Why do you think that these opportunities for artists, especially independent artists, are taking off so much?
I think especially right now, a lot of music artists are going for that anime type of obscure look nowadays. So it's like more music artists are like, instead of taking photography and shit for like their album covers and stuff, now they want drawn album covers. You know, there's a lot of anime style, especially in the Black community, is now leaking into a lot of places that it wasn't before, you know? Like, I wish I could go more into like what I've been doing recently, but I signed a contract that says I have to be confidential, so I can't. But I'm just telling you now, there's a lot of artists that for some reason never even touched the idea of wanting anime in their shit. Now they want that. Now they want art instead of actual like photography of themselves and shit. They all want, like this girl right here has never really been into like anime and stuff, and she wants to be an influencer. But now she's like, I want you to draw me next to Bakugo. I want you to draw Bakugo next to me. And I'm like, since when have you? Oh, well, okay, cool, whatever. Because now even influencers are like, even if I've never watched this show a day in my life, I want you to draw Sasuke grabbing my ass, because that's what gets the likes now, you know? And I ain't complaining, because shit, more work for us.
Facts. Do you think that sullies the culture of nerds and people that have had this experience growing up watching cartoons and loving them and having connections to these characters?
I feel like it's me being a person that like really like, I liked anime as a kid, but at the same time, I didn't watch a lot of it, like a lot of like anime. But I do know from my brother's point of view, like who are really like super like into like anime and nerdy stuff like that, it does kind of feel like a slap in the face, because for the longest time they were considered lame and weird and all this for liking these characters, liking anime, liking hentai, all that stuff. And nowadays it's so common, it's like, well, damn, you know, like, okay, now suddenly it's cool and shit. I do feel like it kind of sullies it a little bit, but at the same time, it creates a lot more opportunities for artists, you know?
Exactly.
So it's kind of like a give and take in a way.
Exactly, and that happens with everything. And so because of that, knowing how timing is and stuff, there's going to be some other wave, or there already is some other wave that's coming that either we can't see yet or people are fresh to. And I think that wave is going to be animation. Because the only place you can go after illustration is
Hell
animation.
yeah.
Or you scale back all the way and you start, instead of anime, then it becomes either cartoons or like super old, like it goes back into traditional art. And now traditional art is valued because everybody's been using digital. But that shift will take forever. And luckily, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing that's so dope about you is because you have experience in all these arenas, you can go between them seamlessly. And also each one each skill feeds into the next. How do you think your experience with traditional art and your experience with other styles has informed the way that you make art now and the way that you operate as an artist?
Not gonna lie, like at first I would do just traditional art, but then I realized that digital art kind of makes it easier to like make money off of artwork and stuff like that, if that's what you're asking. Like, I don't know, like traditional art will always be like the original, you know. If you can do traditional, you know, you're like, you know, going from digital to traditional is like a exercise in a way, how I see it. Like digital art is so easy, you know, and it's like you never run out of colors, you never run out of ink, you never run out of any of that. But going back to traditional is kind of like it puts you back. It's like an exercise, you know, where you like that ease of access to stuff is taken away. So I feel like that also keeps the value of traditional art, but also doesn't take away from the value of digital art.
You answered
you know
it
what I mean?
brilliant.
I hope I answered that correctly.
We came with ammo today. Sour Love said, got them good questions. We did not skip on questions on the Juaso Live. Not asking you no stupidness like, hey, as a child, what was your dreams and aspirations? Just asking the same 10 questions to every single person that comes up on here. Not doing that nonsense. You never mind. You're going to get me in trouble.
Bruh, not gonna lie, every interview that I've seen with artists, it is normally the same shit. It's like asking about childhood and stuff, which I don't mind, but at the same time, it's like
people don't be doing their research. That's the problem.
I love it.
Also, a lot of people haven't. Yes, but
I feel you.
The foundational problem, and that's why, like, I want to start traveling again, is because artists often don't have control over the narrative. They often have to have somebody who is not an artist that has studied the way that art journalism has been done for freaking 300 years, and then they kind of cobble together the way that they're going to ask somebody their questions, which is stupid. If you're an artist and you can talk and you have a mouth and a brain, then you should be able to ask questions to other artists that help artists. Because, like, do you know about on YouTube, there's these Blender talks that, like, Blender has, where they have this dude who's this experienced artist, and he'll sit down with somebody like Ross Tran, who's Ross Draws, or like he'll sit down with these different artists, and because he has the context of being an artist, even though he's like one of the CG dudes, he understands how an artist thinks and how an artist operates. So the questions that he asks are contextualized within his experience as an artist and also his curiosity with how other artists operate. You don't see that a lot.
Hell yeah.
Why the heck I'm here?
Hell yeah. No, I think I know who you're talking about. I think he did one with
No, keep on.
What's up? Oh no, yeah. I think he did one with what the fuck is that dude's name? Drawn with Jazzer or whatever the fuck that weird dude's name is. Yeah, I think he did one with him. No, so I see what you mean. It's like artists can, ask other artists shit, like, playing off of their experience and then like their curiosity of other artists.
And the way I didn't know he had
I like
Jazz.
that.
I'm gonna watch it because the way that Jazz is so dope because he's skilled, but he doesn't. It's like when I can't even name a superhero, but it's like when a superhero like Superman, how like Superman can literally do everything, but he's operating on like 5%. Because if he like takes the weights off, then it's gonna be a problem for everybody. The heck happened? Yo, like just what?
Oh shit!
What's going on? I thought you hit a setting or something. Might just be your camera.
I don't know. Nah, dude.
Your camera back. I don't know.
My camera must be fucking up.
Radiation hits your house or something. But it's good now. It's okay.
Probably. I'm gonna die.
Hey, you got
either I'm gonna die or I'm gonna be Spider-Man. One of those. Yeah, of course.
But yeah, the era we're in is.
Man, that kid was ready for the bullshit.
It's alright. These things happen in life, so and we just gotta move past them. So it's okay. These things happen. What do you want to do now that you can? Because from my perspective, you can do literally everything. So please prove me wrong. What is it that you want to do that you feel you're incapable of doing right now, either due to time or resources?
One thing that I want to do that I can't do due to time or resources is, I was just thinking about this the other day, actually. So let me like go through the files in my brain and find that section. Well, I've always talked about wanting to do a webtoon, but the thing about the webtoon is that, yeah, there's a lot of webtoons on there that are trash. Not gonna lie, I go through them and I'm like, wow, this is bumpkus, but the artwork is great, so I'm gonna keep reading. I want to make a webtoon, but I also want it to be, I don't know, like I just want it to be entertaining, but not mind-numbing. You know what I mean? Do you feel me? There's a lot of webtoons out there that are like, the artwork is good and the base of the story is good, but the execution is bad. but and like I want to make a webtoon because I know I have the capability of making something interesting, you know, but at the same time it's like time first of all, and then also I'm not very good at like
Yeah.
writing,
Well, again,
you
that's the
know.
beauty of like having an audience, and you as an artist, your entire network is filled with talented people. So like for me, uh we're basically making an anime. The short version is we're making an anime, and when I decide to go become an artist again, then basically all that audience is going to be funneled into the production of the anime. And what I found was that because I had to write like prose as a kid, or not as a kid, but 3 years ago when I was in high school, because I had to write short stories and stuff. I learned how to write fiction, but only in like a book, not like a script. So when learning how to write a script, because dialogue, I hate dialogue. You read anything that I've ever written, it's like wonderfully written. There's metaphors and alliteration and flowery poetry and stuff, and sentences that go on for an entire page that are grammatically correct. But there's no dialogue because I don't know how the heck dialogue works. And if you're writing something that's going to be acted out, it has to have work. So telling a story
I feel you.
with dialogue is agonizing at the moment. But luckily, there's multiple podcasts that are amazing, and these people that are on the podcast have experience doing certain things. And like I've been able to meet people that are really good writers. So when I have an idea for something, I'll present the skeleton, and then I'll take it to them and be like, can you help me turn this skeleton into muscle? Or can you put muscle and bones and the nervous system on top of this skeleton so I can build something that works? Not Leo and Helen anime. No, I don't own Leo and Helen. I was commissioned to them. But no, Leo and Helen ain't coming for a little bit. We shall see. That's a rant for another day. But yeah, you know, a whole bunch of talented people.
Hell yeah,
so
dude. No,
like,
yeah, facts. Yeah, you could do that.
If you know people that can write, that are like really dope, just hit them up and like ask them for input. And more than likely, because they love you, they'll give it to you. I can't do it because I'm still learning, but you know people that are more skilled than
me. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, yeah. I've been telling myself, like, you know, you can ask for help, because me and you have talked about this before, and you like brought that exactly up. You were like, you know, you can always ask people for help. Like, you don't have to, you know, do everything yourself. But now it's just like kind of finding the time to come up with the skeleton for it, you know, come up with the character design, stuff like that. I just really have to take some time out to like
when you
actually
got
get
the time,
that
you'll
ball
be able
rolling.
to. And the second, or another dope thing about especially writing is that the longer you have the skeleton soaking, is the longer you have it like germinating. When you finally touch it, those ideas will be more fleshed out. So like for me, when I was like in 8th grade, I made this character about an African child soldier that was like out here banding with other child soldiers and fighting the government and stuff. And then later that grew into this like gigantic epic that was about like a Caribbean child prodigy that was forced to be a soldier that gets taken by mercenaries and sent all over the world to be trained until he's 18, where eventually he'll join the mercenaries. But when he's 17, he meets this monk that shows him how war is terrible. And so now he's using this last year to formulate a plan to either A, beat the mercenaries and go back to his island and like free his island from colonialism basically, or B, escape with like someone that he loves and live somewhere where he can't be touched by the mercenaries anymore. And all that came out of like 4 years of just letting the idea sit and evolve. So even if you can't get to it right now, hey, thank you.
That sounds fucking dope.
Number 2. I can't, because it's so, and that's the problem with liking anime is that when you're an anime fan, when you finally make your story is not short. It's freaking as long as Naruto, but Naruto can only be 500 episodes because it's a global phenomenon. So getting that together is tricky.
Yeah. Yeah. Most def. I'm gonna look into that stuff. Like I said, I'm gonna try to put the time aside to like really like curate an idea and stuff, because that's another thing. My brain does too much at one time, and like I'll be thinking of stories, but then like my brain will get distracted by something else, and then I'll completely lose it, and it's like shit. So I need to
Yeah,
start jotting
do it.
my
I have
ideas
a
down and
red
stuff
book that
too.
I carry everywhere with me, and anytime an idea hits, I'll draw in it. Bush Hartman gave me like a long time ago. They used to do like these artist segments on Nickelodeon where they like have the artist drawing stuff or giving you ideas for stuff. And Butch Hartman said, keep a book with you everywhere, and when you have an idea, sketch it or write it, and eventually you'll just have all of your best spur of the moment ideas that you can call on when you have the time to sit down and flesh it out.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna start keeping like a little book with me because it's always like when I'm driving, I get the most ideas. Like either when I'm driving or when I'm doing like something completely different than just sitting down and drawing. I could be like out for a run or something and I'll get this dope ass idea, but then by the time I'm sitting at my desk, it's gone. I
You
feel
got
so
that's why
betrayed.
writing's the most slept on thing in the world. It's like when you have a dream and you remember exactly what happened in the dream, and then 10 minutes later it's like, dang, I remember nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, I do need to get like more into writing and stuff. That's one thing I've always like avoided like the plague for some reason was like writing shit, but honestly, if you want to create stuff like stories and shit like that, you have to, even if you hire somebody else to like do it for you and you just draw, you have to do a little bit of writing. So that's something I really have to just stop being a punk
It
bitch
will come.
and start
I
getting into.
mean, again, you got a lot of time. You got a lot to do before you can execute on a lot of stuff. So like by the time for you to execute comes, you'll be better as an artist and a thinker, especially as someone that like absorbs information, that it'll be way less hard than you think it is right now.
True that.
But yeah,
Facts.
there's 7 minutes left. That's why I'm trying not to say some heat. But screw it.
Okay.
Can I? Okay, yeah, we'll go out with a bang. If this doesn't get saved, then c'est la vie. As a black woman artist, what? What? How has being a black woman impacted the way that you create art or your experience around other people in relation to either your art or to your life?
Being a black woman artist, uh, I won't say it's really like impacted. How can I put this? Being a black woman artist, first of all, I've noticed a lot of people get shocked with how my artwork looks because of me being a girl. Like I believe I said this before. Like when I first started Blanime and nobody knew what I looked like, everybody thought I was a dude because I mainly drew like dudes. I don't really make necessarily girly art. So when people found out that I was a woman, on top of that, a black woman, it was kind of like a shock, I guess, because when you think of black girl, like the first thing, and it's sad that people think of, is like making like people with grills and shit, and girls with like leggings on and sew-ins and stuff and acrylic nails. Not gonna lie, that's the thing that people think when they see a black girl. They think that we're all into the same stuff. Like Raw Sushi makes really cute art, like of like black characters and stuff, or like really cute redraws of stuff, and it's very girly and shit, and it's nice, but not all black girls are into that. So I guess it's like kind of like you think of the stereotype, but then I'm not really. I like, a lot of gritty stuff too. I like making weird art. I like making all types of stuff. So people seeing me being a black woman, it's kind of like a shock, I guess. I didn't really understand why it was at first, but then once it was explained to me, like I understood more. In my life experience as a black woman artist, I haven't really like divulged, and like people in my real life know I'm an artist, of course, but I feel like that'll probably become something to pay attention to once I become more into like the professions, like actually working with, companies and stuff, and seeing how they treat me as a black woman. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm not answering this correctly, but I'm
You
like
good?
trying to. You know what I'm saying?
You good?
Oh shit. This was a this is a curveball. Damn it, Joel.
This is why I saved it to the end, because I knew that time was running
Fucking
out. So I was like,
curveball.
you know what? Let's see what happens. because there's this narrative, and I hate this narrative so much. But at the same time, it's like it's like when you know that there's a poison and you know there's an antidote, and so the easiest way to sell somebody the antidote is to give them the poison, or to make them feel the poison is far more impactful than it actually is. So like if I walk into Poison Ivy, I can just itch for like 10 minutes and then I'll be cool. I don't freaking need to buy $50 cream to get rid of a minor itch. But a lot of people will be like, no, the itch is unbearable. Give me the cream. And then you give people the cream and they're like, okay, this is nice. See what I mean? Yeah. So that's what you're supposed to say. You're supposed to say, you need this cream because this cream is important and itching is impactful. But honestly, if you ain't a person who cares about itching for a little bit, you gonna be happy and you gonna have bread.
You know what? I'm quoting you on that. Literally, I'm gonna put, you need this cream, Juaso. That needs to be on a shirt. Juaso, you need this cream.
I'm gonna make it okay. So we got "No, we good." I'm gonna quote you on that. "No, we good" is a fire quote, y'all. And then I'm gonna put "You need this cream." I'm gonna make a whole collection of just stuff that was said on the live.
You need this cream. Oh my god. Oh shit.
But yo.
Oh man.
Yeah.
But yeah, being a black girl is pretty dope. It's a flex, I guess. Being black in general is a flex, not gonna lie, but people are so amazed with what black women are capable of when we step even a little bit outside of what they're used to seeing. You know what I mean? It's true. Right. It is very true.
Oh no, it's all good. Because as soon as you say something fire, the live is gonna cut out. And I had a really bad brain fart. And then I'm gonna message you like, yo, I know you're not gonna see this because you have a billion DMs, but thanks for coming to the live. So instead I will say, Blanime, amazing black woman, blessing from the freaking gods. Thank you for coming to the live. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and for that I thank you.
Man, thank you. Okay, not gonna lie. Juaso, this dude Juaso, y'all, he's fucking dope. My DMs be full, but when Juaso fucking messages me, I try to look out for it. Because that's one person I will always try to reply to. Like, dude, your mind is dope. You know, your air is dope. Your energy is dope. Everything about it is dope. You just dope, and we all the dope fiends, you know? Sorry about that.
Try to give people they dope sometimes.
But no, pleasure. It's been a pleasure being here. You know, as soon as you asked me to interview, I was like, hell, motherfucking yeah, nigga, what the fuck? Of course I'll interview you. Well, I'll be interviewed by you.
Sweet.
Hell yeah. But yeah, y'all, thank you for supporting me and being interested in my shit, and you know, thank you for being dope.
More dopeness to come, more greatness to come.
Hell yeah.
The price done come up, which is all good. So when next year is available, I'm going to let you, the people, decide what the heck gets commissioned from Blanime. And if it's a gigantic octopus that we put on a denim jacket, we going to do that because I don't care.
I like octopuses. Fucks with octopuses.